Hello children. Now today's story is about a woman who was perhaps the first one in India to talk about women's right. So this story is about Pandita Ramabai Saraswati. The fifth session of the Indian National Congress was being held in 1889 at Mumbai. Prior to this time, women hardly participated in the Congress sessions. It was the first time that 9 women were participating in it, all due to the effort of Ramabai. The bright-eyed, pretty young woman Ramabai was one of them. There were no loudspeakers and people had to speak loudly so that the audience sitting at the back could hear their voice. Now it was the turn of this woman with a mild, sweet voice. अब जिनकी इतनी सॉफ्ट सी आवाज़ है वो दूर तक कैसे जाएगी, वो भी माइक के बिना. She stood up and addressed, "Brothers, excuse me. My voice cannot reach you all, but I am not surprised. For centuries, did you ever try to listen to the voice of a woman? Did you give her the strength to make her voice audible to you?" पहले 2 क्वेश्चंस ही ऐसे थे कि लोग सोचने पर मजबूर हो गए कि इतने सालों से कभी किसी वुमन को इतनी स्ट्रेंथ या इतनी ओपननेस, फ्रीडम दी है कि वो कुछ कहे और आप उसकी बात सुने. You can see discrimination against women even today. It was very intense those days. They were not given rights in parental property. Only a few girls went to school and they were withdrawn from schools as soon as they learned some reading and writing. The situation was the worst for those who lost their husbands. These widows had to lead a pitiable life. Sometimes they were forced to commit sati. Interest in her speech surged as people moved forward to listen to her clearly. जो पहले 2 क्वेश्चंस थे वो ही ऐसे थे कि सबका इंटरेस्ट आ गया और लोग एक्चुअल में थोड़ा आगे को बढ़ना शुरू हो गए ताकि उनकी आवाज़ अच्छे से सुनाई दे सके. The delegates found it hard to answer her queries. She continued, "You men are demanding the right of representation in the British Parliament so that you can voice the opinion of Indians. You have been crying hoarse in this very pandal for freedom of expression. Then why don't you give the same freedom to women in your families? Why do you force a woman to become ugly and dependent as soon as she becomes a widow? Does a widower ever do that? He has the freedom to do whatever he wants. Then why not the woman?" क्वेश्चन तो बड़ा जायज़ है ना कि अगर आदमी की वाइफ मर जाए तो वो जो विडोअर है उसको फ्रीडम है, वो कुछ भी कर सकता है. लेकिन अगर किसी औरत का हस्बैंड मर जाए तो वो जो विडो है उसको कई बार तो फोर्स करते हैं कि सती हो जाए या उसकी फ्रीडम बिल्कुल ही ख़त्म हो जाती है. These words left the audience speechless. Some men had raised the issue of women's rights earlier, but Ramabai was one of the very first to lay the foundation of women's liberation in India. She had inherited the courage to defy social injustice from her parents. Generally अगर हम देखें तो हमारे पेरेंट्स ही हमारे कैरेक्टर को बनाते हैं. Her father, Anant Shastri, was a great scholar. He taught Sanskrit to his wife and 2 daughters even against the wish of the society. उस टाइम पे लड़कियों को ज़्यादा पढ़ाते नहीं थे और संस्कृत तो शायद बिल्कुल ही नहीं. He even taught them religious texts, so he was ostracized. क्योंकि उन्होंने सोसाइटी के खिलाफ जाकर के अपनी बीवी और अपनी बेटी को पढ़ना लिखना सिखाया था, संस्कृत सिखाई थी और रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट भी पढ़ने और समझने सिखाए थे. तो लोगों ने उनको थोड़ा सोसाइटी से बाहर कर दिया कि उनसे मिलना जुलना बोलचाल थोड़ी कम. Unmoved, He set up his ashram in the wilderness of Gangamal in Andhra Pradesh. However, he was deprived of all his assets. जो भी उनके पास जायदाद या ज़मीन थी वो सब उनसे ले ली गई थी. So he had no other means but to live the life of a nomad, wandering here and there with his family. He would recite and interpret the religious texts to people, and they survived on the small donations they would receive as such. तो जगह जगह उनको जाना पड़ता था, एक जगह रह ही नहीं सकते थे, और लोगों को रिलीजियस टेक्स्ट पढ़ के सुनाते थे, समझाते थे. उससे जो भी उनको मिलता था उसी पे इस पूरे परिवार का गुजारा चल रहा था. The family traveled around for 16 years, and that helped to broaden the young Ramabai's outlook. She learned to fight against injustice. One day, she saw a little girl of 9 being forced to commit sati. In those times, child marriage was prevalent, and many brides became widow at a very young age. The sati custom forced a woman to burn herself alive at the burning pyre of her dead husband. Ramabai came forward and confronted those present there. If a woman has to burn and become sati, does man become sata after his wife's death? She asked indignantly. Question समझिए कितना लॉजिकल है. छोटे छोटे बच्चों की, लड़कियों की खास करके शादी कर देते हैं. बड़ी कम एज में वो विडो बन जाती हैं और उनको फोर्स किया जाता है कि अपने हस्बैंड की डेड बॉडी के साथ वो भी जल करके मर जाएं. तो रमाबाई का ये पूछना कि अगर लड़की सती बनती है या करती है तो क्या लड़का जो है या जो आदमी है वो भी अपनी वाइफ के डेथ के बाद सता बनेगा, अपने आप को जलाएगा? कितना लॉजिकल क्वेश्चन था इनका. The young girl's mother had no answer. She could hardly say, "It is a man's world. They make laws and women have to obey." Why do women tolerate such laws? Ramabai retorted, "I will fight against these laws when I grow up." Such was her resolve, and she kept her word. She stood against all types of exploitation of women by men. Perhaps God too willed that she should be strong and courageous for her future mission. So she had to suffer one disaster after another. कहते हैं ना कि शायद भगवान ही आप लोगों को परीक्षा ले लेकर के इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाता है कि आप कुछ ऐसा स्ट्रॉन्ग कदम उठा पाएँ जिससे सोसाइटी में चेंज आए. Thus, wandering from place to place, they passed through Venkatgiri, an area affected by famine. सूखा पड़ा था जहाँ पे. They had nothing to eat for days together. Her father's condition was very pitiable and he was on his deathbed due to acute starvation. भूखमरी की वजह से उनकी almost death होने वाली थी. His last wish was to have some sugar and water. They could give him only water and no sugar, such was their condition. Her father died when Ramabai was only 16. The family faced difficulty in his burial too. They had hardly recovered from the tragedy when her mother too fell ill. They didn't have anything to eat for days together. Seeing her restless mother, Ramabai decided to beg for food, which they had never done before. कभी भी किसी से भीख नहीं मांगी थी, लेकिन मदर की हालत इतनी खराब थी कि उन्हें ये भी करना पड़ा. This scholarly girl, who could eloquently explain and interpret the Sanskrit scriptures, found it hard to utter 3 simple words before households. Give me roti. जो इतने अच्छे से संस्कृत में लिखे हुए स्क्रिप्चर्स, जो हमारी होली राइटिंग्स या बुक्स होती हैं, उनको पढ़ सकती थी, समझा सकती थी, उनके लिए भीख में रोटी मांगनी बहुत मुश्किल थी. Ramabai has mentioned this incident in her biography. She said that the lady of a house was a kind soul. she could guess what she wanted and gave her roti. Ramabai ran to her mother, who could hardly swallow a morsel before she breathed her last. एक रोटी की ग्राई खाई थी मुश्किल से, उनकी भी डेथ हो गई. There was a big problem because 4 men were needed to carry the dead body to the cremation ground. Her brother Srinivasan had managed 2 other men after a lot of persuasion, but it was not possible to get the 4th. Ramabai came forward. अब अगर आप किसी की डेड बॉडी को क्रिमेशन के लिए लेके जा रहे हैं तो कम से कम 4 लोगों के कंधे तो चाहिए. अब उनके भाई श्रीनिवासन एक हुए और वो सिर्फ 2 और आदमियों को इकट्ठा कर पाए. तो रमाबाई ने कहा, मैं उठाऊंगी. The men objected. Our Shastras do not allow women to carry a dead body. आज की डेट में भी लड़कियों को अलाउड नहीं है कि वो डेड बॉडी या किसी अर्थी को कंधा दें. Why not? Ramabai protested. Daughters are also children of their parents. Just like sons, they have equal rights. बेटी हो या बेटा, दोनों के राइट्स बराबर होने चाहिए और दोनों की ड्यूटीज भी. तो वो पूछ रही थी कि मैं क्यों नहीं उठा सकती अर्थी. With these words, she lifted the 4th corner of the earthy. But there was another problem there. She was shorter than the men. To overcome this problem, she placed 2 thick pieces of wood on her shoulder. But this worked only for a short distance. So, she took it up on her head. It was how she became the first Hindu woman to be a pallbearer. पॉल बेरर जो अर्थी उठाते हैं. Roaming from place to place, facing hunger, eating tamarind seeds and drinking water, they just managed to keep their body and soul together. They had no spare clothes. Ramabai had just a sari. She washed 1/2 of it, dried it and wore, and then reversed the process to wash and dry the other half. When they passed the Rajasthan desert, they had to face severe cold at nights. At such times, they used to bury their bodies in the sand and cover their faces with the clothes they had. Imagine, कितनी गरीबी में थे कि कपड़े तक नहीं थे ढंग से पहनने को. As they had always done, on reaching Calcutta, they conducted recitation and discourse from the holy books in one temple. तो जब भी ये लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते तो जाके पहले किसी मंदिर में ये किसी भी होली स्क्रिप्चर्स को पढ़ते थे और उनके ऊपर एक्सप्लेनेशंस देते थे. The news of a young woman's knowledge of Sanskrit scriptures and her oratory spread like a wildfire in the city. तो कैलकाटा में जब पहुंच कर के उन्होंने पहले मंदिर में अपना बखान दिया, तब हर जगह ये बात फैल गई कि एक बड़ी यंग लड़की हैं जिन्हें कि संस्कृत में स्क्रिप्चर्स की नॉलेज भी है और ओरेटरी स्प्रेड मतलब आपके बोलने की क्षमता बहुत अच्छी है. ये नॉलेज सब जगह फैल गई. People came in hordes and it was how she saw rays of hope and recognition. Her speeches and discourses were attended by not only common people but also scholars, social reformers, government officials and even European officers. She was also prominently reported in the newspapers, including the Statesman. कितनी बड़ी बात है. जिस टाइम पे लड़कियों को संस्कृत पढ़नी नहीं आती थी, उस टाइम पे रमाबाई संस्कृत में लिखी हुई होली स्क्रिप्चर्स पढ़ती थी और उनको एक्सप्लेन करती थी. तो धीरे धीरे उनकी ख्याति फैल ही गई और लोगों के बीच में वो पॉपुलर हो गई. फाइनली हर डेज ऑफ ऑब्सक्योरिटी वर ओवर. एट कैलकाटा शी वॉज इक्वेटेड विद द ग्रेटेस्ट ऑफ स्कॉलर्स and the goddess of learning, Saraswati, and was bestowed the titles of Pandita and Saraswati. It was how she became पंडिता रमाबाई सरस्वती। अब ये पंडित है ना जो हमारे होली स्क्रिप्चर्स पढ़ते हैं और हमें समझाते हैं, ये काम रमाबाई ने भी किया तो उन्हें पंडिता का टाइटल मिला। और सरस्वती पढ़ाई की, नॉलेज की, ज्ञान की देवी मानी जाती हैं, जो कि रमाबाई उस टाइम पर थीं, तो उन्हें सरस्वती का भी टाइटल मिला। नाउ शी स्टार्टेड टू वर्क फॉर विमेन्स राइट्स विद रिन्यूड विगर। She pointed out references from the holy books to show that many social evils prevalent in the society had no basis in the past. She showed that women could choose their husbands in the Swayamvar, they could study, and child marriage was a cruel practice. तो ये सब जो social evils उस टाइम पे prevalent थे, वो क्योंकि ज्ञानी थी तो पुरानी holy scriptures पढ़ करके बता सकती थी और समझाती थी कि पहले टाइम में, या अगर आप इवन रिलीजन के हिसाब से देखो तो विमेन के पास ज़्यादा राइट्स थे। कैसे कि वो अपना हस्बैंड खुद चुन सकती थी, और चाइल्ड मैरिज तो बहुत ही क्रूअल प्रैक्टिस थी, और लड़कियों को ये भी आज़ादी थी कि वो पढ़ सकती हैं, उन पे कोई पाबंदियां नहीं हैं। अब ये उस टाइम पे हमारी सोसाइटी में हो रहा था, लेकिन अगर हमारी होली स्क्रिप्चर्स देखें तो ये चीज़ें बाद में आई हैं। कोई भी रिलीजन नहीं कहता कि आप लड़कियों को या औरतों को इतना दबा करके रखें, और क्योंकि ये खुद ज्ञानी थी, पढ़ सकती थी, तो इसको चैलेंज कर सकती थी सोसाइटी में। Ramabai's views were so clear, authentic and scholarly that even the British government accepted her views. Her views were translated into English, which were read by Queen Victoria of England too. Imagine, England की queen ने भी उनके views पढ़े. It was at her initiative that Dufferin medical dispensaries for women were started in many cities of India. She also helped set up Sharda Sadan at Pune for widows, where they were taught different occupations including tailoring, embroidery, carpentry, gardening, pottery and basket weaving. अगर इन widows को कोई skill सिखा दी जाए तो वो दूसरों पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं रहेंगी और अपनी लाइफ डिग्निटी के साथ जी सकती हैं। इसीलिए इन्होंने शारदा सदन भी जो है सेटअप करने में हेल्प करी। Ramabai continued to work until her last for making women independent and liberal in thinking, and for this purpose even confronted the scholars of that time. She was the true spirit of Indian womanhood. So I hope हम सबको इनसे बहुत इंस्पिरेशन मिली आज।